How is the success treating you?
It's treating me well. It's treating all of us very well. As in, we expected that this is going to make big.
Do people call you baby also?
In my photo, they're editing Na Pilla way, and I'm like, okay. Suddenly, like everybody is doing that.
Are you receiving like hundreds of messages? And
Yeah, man. Very weird because during the premiere, my father was sitting like this, and when the first shot came, I went like, "Oh shit!"
we're also very orthodox, like the kind of movies we do. I think Arjun Reddy was the first time that.
Yeah, I'm not saying all these things. What you're saying?
Yeah, okay, I am saying this. Yeah. How is Vijay as an actor?
I am getting messages like, please, if you reached, Vijay very well, please let us also talk to Vijay. It's like, how should I do? I can't reply to everybody, no? I can't get Vijay for everybody.
And doing romance on sets, is it really awkward because there's so many people around you? No? Is Vijay a good kisser?
Very sensational thing it
I
will come.
just clicked.
Yeah, so I should not answer that.
And I have one doubt, like a lot of people did, when Vijay just goes and says, "Ee tella battal dharinchina ammayi," it's like he owns you, and he says, it's like he's calling dibs on you.
It's such an amazing scene, man. I love if a guy does that to me.
Interview with a dialogue.
But I'm very shy to say the dialogue, man.
Forget that there's a camera like you always do.
There's one dialogue when she says, Ma tambudu mudu patkunava. She says, yeah, I'll kiss your nana, I'll kiss your amma, I'll kiss your sister. And that's a very nice scene.
Neekoka tullu abbai ravalani, I'll pray.
Tullu abba? I want a South Indian guy, man. Pray.
Hello, so we've all seen Arjun Reddy and we've thoroughly enjoyed the movie. We have his love interest here with us today. So let's get to know her. Hi.
Hi.
Congratulations for the hit.
Thank you so much.
How is the success treating you?
It's treating me well. It's treating all of us very well. As in, we expected that this is going to make big, but then such huge rage in such short span of time, nobody expected. So everybody is quite in that zone only. So everybody, I'm not understanding how to handle all these things. Suddenly, people are calling me Preeti, they're not calling me Shalini, and I love it.
Do people call you baby also?
Yeah, they text me like Na Pilla be.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in my photo they're editing Na Pilla be, and I'm like, okay. Suddenly, like everybody is doing that, and it does not feel ki okay. Why they're saying it feels they've accepted you so warmly. And it makes me feel so happy, I can't tell you.
Are you receiving like hundreds of messages?
Yeah, man, every time I see my phone, there's a new message. And they're taking time and writing all those used paragraphs about the character, about my role, about the Preeti. And they're taking Preeti as, their figure. So it's like so good, it feels so good that finally they've accepted the role. And they've accepted Preeti, they've accepted me. It feels amazing.
And why South Indian movies? Where are you originally from?
I am originally from Jabalpur. And there's nothing planned as if I have to do South Indian films or Hindi cinema, nothing planned. I knew for the fact that I've always wanted to be in movies. And but my parents were like, my father especially is very strict. So he's like, you have to do engineering, you have to complete your studies, only then we can think of. And then at that point of time also, he was not agreeing for me to be in films because I did engineering. So at that point of time, he was like, go take off IT jobs. And at the point of time, I was simultaneously doing theatres also. So the only factor that he was making me do theatres was because I was getting good grades. So he was like, okay, fine, you can continue your theatres, but don't move into films and stuff. But I knew that I had to do films. So there was a point of time where my father was not agreeing at all. And I was in Bombay, I remember.
You mentioned this in the pre-release event. You said you were a rebel.
I see my father opposed me so much to an extent where I had to write an email to him when I was in Bombay that I'm not coming back. So he was like, he replied to me in email, don't come back, don't talk to us. So one span of year I didn't talk to my parents. I was not, and I wrote all those dialogues that I'm not going to take money. I'm not going to, I was like, shit, I wrote that I'm not going to take money. Now what will I do? Because I had a short amount of, small amount of money in my account at that point of time. And I was like, how will I survive? Because that's Bombay. You need to pay rent and all. I don't know how I did. And my father was like completely against.
You were being a Arjun Reddy.
I am, that's why I tell, I'm quite like an Arjun. I have anger issues also. So my father didn't understand all these things, and then that point of time, before only I had signed Arjun Reddy, but it was taking time to shoot and all. So my father was like, get back to your IT job. But then I wrote, I'll not coming back and all. Then I came here, and now my father has actually seen the film. They came for the premiere. He's happy and all only.
So even when you were shooting, he was against it.
Yeah, we were not talking. We were not on talking terms. I didn't speak to my father since the span of time I started shooting for Arjun Reddy, and before that for 6
It takes a lot of passion to.
I think it is that only. Otherwise, I would have actually because I was broken. I had no money, living in Mumbai kind of. I have very good friends, thank God. And that point of time, you feel homesick, yeah. Even if whatever it is, you've left your family, you feel homesick. But that point of time, I don't know. I think for the love of cinema, for the love of, I always wanted to. I don't even remember since when I wanted to be an actress. So, and this interview also I've been giving from since childhood only. I used to sit in front of the mirror and give interviews. I used to play coffee with Karan. So these things are not new for me, because I've been doing, I was imagining that lights are on me, cameras are on me. I was a cinematic kid, and my parents used to feel that she's gone. She's all doing this tantrums because she likes wearing clothes or she likes the fame and all. But I think it's nothing related to fame or money or anything. It is the love of playing different characters, being in front of the camera, posing, acting. Basically acting. Now, because theatre I have done, so I felt that now I have an immense love for acting. I can do anything. I can work for 24/7. And I can work and without getting tired.
Because you enjoy this.
Enjoy that. And I can't have option for that. My father was like, have an option at least. But what my explanation was, ki I can't have an option. See, if I love you, if you're a guy, if I love you, I can't have an option, no?
Yeah.
Second option.
Yeah.
Ki if this doesn't work, I'll go back to him. So I explained him to that and explained the exact thing to him. So he was like, what bullshit are you talking?
But that's what paid off, because you just work towards that.
Yeah. And I was like, I can't have an option if this does not work, and why will it not work? If you make it happen, it happens. And that's my belief. And even if my father was like, you dream too much. And I dream a lot. So I was like, what is wrong in dreaming? And he didn't understand, because he's obviously conservative family, and coming from a government officer background, you want your kids to be in a government office and working IT, but that's 9 to 5 is not.
And we have a lot of stereotypes about the industry also.
So he was like, this is industry is bad only, they'll treat girls badly. It's nothing like that. Really, I really need to tell people that it's nothing like that. See, these kind of things now, the bad things are there in every industry. Even the corporate
Depends on how you deal with it.
Depends on how you deal with. If you are very firm on your thing that no is a no, nobody is going to come and touch you also. So it all depends. So yeah, so this has been my journey since then.
So you think the only reason he said no was because he was very worried about the industry?
No, I think my father, I know he's going to watch this interview, but my father has this thing of, I think he loves too much maybe. And that turned out to be a very possessive thing. And in such a possessive thing that when you feel, this is my property, sort of like that. So he had the controlling thing, I want to control. And I am exactly a rebellious. So he was like, how can she not get control? And I was like, how can you control me? And exactly we clashed. And I went on my way, he was like, and then,
Maybe you guys are very similar.
In that sense, I think we are very similar. and I was not ready to compromise for even a bit. That I'm not, that okay, if does not work, I'll do this. I was like, I'll make it work anyhow. 10 years, 15 years, I'll beg. No, what I'll do? My father used to tell me, you'll beg one day. You doing this, you'll beg one day. I said, I'll beg. Whatever. I'll not, see, feel that I'm not that stupid that I'll beg, man. Yeah. I'm that capable that I can earn for myself. So it's to make him feel, but he was like, this is just your age talking. But now I'm very happy that now he felt somewhere that he was wrong.
And what about your pocket money in Bombay? How did you live alone?
You know what? Basically, I feel I have very good friends. And there was one friend of mine who said, because living problems in Bombay now, you can't go and live with anybody. They'll charge you and obviously rent. And rents are like, even if you live, see, in one hall, like 5-6 people are living. It's like that in Bombay. And they're paying 6K each.
Oh my God.
It's so bad. So I was like, what should I do? What should I do? And then my friend told me that 2 of her colleagues are living, but they are guys. My father doesn't know all these things, but now I'm okay.
Now he'll get to
I'm
know.
okay, man. I'm okay. Because there's nothing bad, okay?
Yeah.
And they were 2 guys. So she said, are you okay with living with guys? I said, anyways, I'm okay because I had minimal money. I had to survive. And then I told them that I'm going to live for 15 days. So whatever rent is for 15 days, you take. They were so sweet. They were like, you don't give rent. It's okay. They knew that she has come all over and all. So they were like, they're very generous, man. And it's not because, oh, she's a girl, we had to take advantage. Nothing like that. They treated me like a family. And I'll tell you, the 15 months turned out to be 2 months because Arjun Reddy was not starting. And those 2 months, I never was one day when I missed my family. So I really want to thank them because they treated me like a small kid, no? They were like 30 and 28 age group, but they treated me, used to make me sleep in the bedroom. They used to go and sleep in the hall. They needn't do that because that's their house. They can ask me to sleep in the hall. Chalo, who'll do that for 15 days? They did that for 2 months. And they used to take me, they used to pamper me like a kid, no? How your father does, take you out for ice cream. They used to ask me, are you feeling homesick? So all they have done it for me. So I'm very happy. They were the people who supported me when I needed it the most. And they were not they were not my friends also that point of time. They became a very huge, important part of my life. And I can't forget it because that was the time I needed a lot of emotion. Emotionally, you need a lot of support, no? And I needed that. And
how old were you?
Now I am 20, I'll turn 24. So at that point of time, it's like 2 years now since I collaborated for Arjun Reddy, everything. So I was like, 22.
Must be very scary, no?
See, now I feel it's scary. That time I was doing it, so I didn't feel anything. Now, if I go back, I was like, shit, I had no money. I was, it's fun now. It scares now. That time, I used to skip dinners. Okay, because just to save money, just to save auto ka, rent, you just walk like you are walking. You don't even know how many kilometers you've walked. I remember me and my friend used to sit for like hours there's one place called Hiranandani, just to sit, skip dinners, and because we were saving money. So that time it was fun. I didn't realize. Now I realize what I have done through the whole process. And I used to cry also that what will happen to my future. Is it you feel weird. Is it the right step you have taken? But then I think everything went really well. I think that made me really strong, more strong.
Yeah.
Now I'm completely this independent girl. I can do...
You earned everything on yourself also.
Yeah, and I feel very good that it's my first money. I am paying my rent, paying my bills. Everything is quite new because I was the most pampered kid in my house. I never used to take a glass also. So now I'm cooking. I'm doing everything on my own. Now I feel damn happy. And I want to really thank my father that he was very difficult for me. He made me cry like anything. But then I think that worked out for me. That maybe worked out for me. Yeah.
But do you think it's because you probably thought your dad's there as a backup, like you could go back, or you never thought about it?
I'm very egoistic, man, that ways. Yeah. If I had given my words that I'm not going to take any money, I'm not going to come back unless I make it, I wouldn't have gone back. If I've not made it, no, till now I wouldn't have gone back. I can't, till now, I don't take money from my dad. If he, he gives me something, he asked me that, do you need money? I was like, no, no, no. If he came to my place, he gave the bills and stuff, I was like, no, don't. Because now I feel weird. Once you, I don't know, it's like, it's not something like ego, or it is like you've given your words, no?
Yeah.
Now you're earning, it's like, I'll give you. Matlab, I'll do things happily for you, but I don't want to take it. Because that was my words. I wrote it that I never ever take money from you now on. Even if I had to beg, I'll never take. And I am somebody, if I've said something, I want to stand by it. It's not some big commitment and all. But then if you made small things, you need to stand by it. And that's how justify your character somewhere, no? So yeah.
But why were you in Bombay?
Because actually, Arjun Reddy was taking time. So my dad was like, he was pressurizing me to do IT jobs. So it's like, let me go to Bombay, let me see how things are, let me live independently, and he was not ready. So what I told him, I'll go for 1 week, I'll come back. And really this was the plan. But then when I went there, he was every second he used to call me that come back, or I'll come and take you. I was like, this is too much. And then I thought this is the time that I had to do something. I'll not tell him where I'm staying and all. I'll just write an email to him that I'm not coming back. So I wrote, my friends told me just write an email, it's okay. They've seen now, my close friends have seen how my father is. So they were like, write an email, it's okay. So I wrote an email, I emailed him, and then he knew nothing since 1 year what I was doing. So, he was obviously, he might be worried. My sister told me that he was crying and all. But then if I went back to him now, he would have controlled me that do this, do that, and I couldn't do that. Matlab, I can't just go to an IT job if I don't have the will, I can't.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't do this. And my dad was not understanding. So I knew that I have to take some step. And my dad is somebody who can actually come to Bombay, take me. So I didn't tell him where I was staying. And I told him, he told me that I'll call the police and all. I said, what, you'll call the police? I'm 22. I will tell the police you're torturing me. So I told them, and I wrote that in email, that if you now torture me, I will tell the police. Because I was, I know you shouldn't say to your father or your parents like this, but I was in such a saturation point, no, that 4 years of engineering, there was never a day I didn't cry. I was crying every day that I don't want to be in this place.
Yeah.
I am getting good marks or what? I never felt happy when I was getting first rank or second rank. No happiness. It was like, why am I wasting my time? And my father used to see me cry. He used to never respond. That he used to be like, she'll be okay. And that was the phase. I was major depression. And I knew I couldn't do it now anymore. Because depression takes you to a different way. And I knew if I had this depression for so long, I'll just lose my passion for acting also.
You'll turn into a different person.
Depressive person. So I knew I had to take some step, even if it's scary. But then I think scary things, it challenges you and it gives you a kick to do stuff. So it was nice.
So Arjun Reddy, you signed right after your engineering.
Yeah, I think when I completed my engineering, and a span of 2-3 months, I got a call for Arjun Reddy. And I signed, I came for Hyderabad. 3 days meeting we had. 1 day I had a photo shoot. My father came along with me. And the second day, he narrated me the story. Third day I signed the signed the film. And my dad was still in dilemma that you should do it, you should not do it, because my dad didn't know the story. And my dad told Sandeep in the very first place, there should not be any kissing scenes, there should not be any intimidating scenes. So Sandeep was like,
so ironic, no?
Sandeep was like, yeah. And then he went, and Sandeep also didn't tell me, see, these are the kissing scenes. If he would have told me before these many kissing scenes, I would have not done it. Because then he's objectifying kissing and putting, no?
Yeah.
He told me in a flow, and kiss came out as an emotion.
Yeah.
How we spoke about it, it came exactly in the film like that. I feel kissing is not a big deal, man. Because until unless you show it in a nice way. If you show it in a sleazy way, objectifying way, it is a big deal.
Yeah.
If it's
love and...
Love.
Yeah.
If I love somebody, I would want to go and hug that person or touch. That physical affection you want from that person. Be it your mother, father, anybody. You want to kiss, no? You want to kiss your father and mother.
It's a form of just showing how much you love them. Yeah.
So it's as simple as that to me. But you can't explain your dad like that, no? So Sandeep explained me.
Because for them, looking at your daughter,
no? I was very weird because during the premiere, my father was sitting like this. And when the first shot came, I went like, oh shit. And so Vijay was like, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. And then he didn't react. He was like happy only.
I think once you see the movie, you'll understand.
Yeah. You're seeing your daughter on the big screen. It's a big thing, man. You should feel proud.
And even in Arjun Reddy, it's not shown in a bad way. It's
Exactly.
shown as an emotion. So
Yeah.
then you'll start understanding.
Yeah.
But wasn't it a big deal for him to send you to Bombay also? Because it's a big city and...
It's a big deal. But then I somehow convinced him just for 1 week. So he thought, he booked the return tickets also, no? So he was like confirmed, she's going to come.
Yeah.
But then he didn't know that she's so weird that she's going to just tell me, send me an email and tell me that I'm not going to. He didn't expect it. And that was not planned, first of all. He tortured me to an extent which made me feel that if he comes to Arjun Reddy's sets, no, he's not going to do. If he came to Arjun Reddy's sets, definitely we would have not been able to shoot the film. It would have been difficult for me, for Sandeep, who's putting a lot of money from his pocket, for Vijay, all the whole crew. I told him not to come. So he was like, why do you want me not to come? It was all this. So I thought it's better that I write a mail. It's better I'll be okay. So I wrote the mail and then he was like, okay, don't come, don't talk to me. I'm not your father. And he wrote some big shit. I was like, get over it. It will happen. I think I knew that if I become something, no, he'll definitely be okay. Every parent becomes okay, man.
Yeah.
So I was like,
proud of you.
Yeah. So I was like, forget it. And after a certain point of time, I feel you don't have any emotion left because one emotion is too big. For me, this emotion was getting there, achieving it was too big. So these were like a side.
Yeah.
So I was not feeling anything. So that made easy, I feel. That love for cinema made easy.
How did Arjun Reddy how did Sandeep approach you for the movie?
Actually, one coordinator, he might have seen my picture in the WhatsApp. He asked for my pictures, I gave him, and that's the Mumbai coordinator. He sent the picture to the South coordinator and he showed my picture to Sandeep. Then Sandeep saw some of my profile pictures and Sandeep called me that I want to just meet you once, and I went there. And because I also asked him, why did you take me? Because I am nowhere around how Preeti reacts. I talk, I make expressions.
Now I can see that.
Sandeep, and you know what? It's very weird. Even if I'm sitting, doing nothing, I'll do this, I'll do all these things. Sandeep told me, just have to settle down. And then he told me the character. So I got the character. Okay, she does not. And I think I didn't have to research a lot because I love living different characters. I love observing. So I knew that I had seeped in Preeti. Now, and I am very tomboyish. Preeti is quite a feminine character, as you've seen. So I knew for the fact that I've seeped in Preeti. Now I started behaving also like Preeti in the set. So I knew that this is not going to be difficult. But it's difficult when you don't speak and you have to emote just with your face and not very subtle face, just with the eyes. Because generally I don't do that. So I think somehow it happened. I don't even know how it happened. And this is how it happened, and Sandeep signed me. And this is how I got Arjun Reddy. So I think it's all destiny. Because he also didn't know that I am from Jabalpur there's a dialogue in the film where he's chopped off that dialogue now. But we did that dialogue rehearsal in the workshop thing. And there's a dialogue where Sandeep has written, if I was Jabalpur's Raja and you were... I thought he wrote it because of me. He was like, no, it was way back. And I was like, how did you know this? There's a place called Jabalpur. He said, I know that. And I said, what a destiny, man.
Actually.
He was like, yeah, that is how I feel that you're from Jabalpur and you met me and the dialogue was Jabalpur. And I was like, wow. And now I feel I was destined to play Preeti. Because it's written in your destiny somewhere that you need to play this.
That's actually very shocking.
I was shocked. And now only we came to know.
Because if it's a big city, it's understandable. But
it's Jabalpur, man. I was not expecting him to even know what's Jabalpur. Because it's a small city, Nobody knows. Very few people know where Jabalpur is. I was like, wow, you wrote a whole dialogue and you got a person from Jabalpur. Wow. It's like too much destiny.
Yeah. But didn't you get scared when you were signing it because Sandeep's a new director? Vijay wasn't known back then.
I spoke to Sandeep, I have this gut thing. If I'm getting good guts about somebody, I go for it. And luckily, touch wood, it has never failed when it comes to, see, I was living with two guys, man.
Yeah.
Two unknown guys.
Believe in your instincts.
Unknown guys. They could have done anything.
Yeah.
But they were so sweet.
In an unknown city.
Unknown city like Mumbai. And I believed my guts, it went well. And I think I have that thing of, judging a guy or a girl, that how real he is. And Sandeep turned out to be really real. He was on face, everything. He was on face. That he told me the story. I could, when he was telling the story, I could just understand all the blocks and frames. So I knew that if this guy makes 10% of what he's saying, it's going to be a blockbuster. I told Sandeep there and then that this film is going to be on Blockbuster. He was like, how sure? You were always sure. How could you be so sure? And I was like, the way you told me, if you make just 10% of it also, it is going to be Blockbuster. And he did, I think what he told, he did super justice to that. And that's why people are loving it, because it's so real, not the characters. You don't feel somebody is acting it out. You feel they are a part of you. Arjun, Preeti, the no makeup, nothing, pony, I was so chubby. Everything was quite real. Subtle colors she's wearing. She's not even wearing all the heroine things.
Yeah.
And the best part about the character was...
Not even in songs, no, nowhere, yeah.
And we are not getting that heroine feel, no, that her hair is like blowing, she's wearing glamorous clothes, nothing like that. Because I feel the best part is the introduction of Preeti. When she comes, he looks at her. There's nothing that making the audience fall in love with that girl. Matlab, what you show, that you zabardasti show the... you do all those blowing things, you make her wear good, you make her look the prettiest. But I feel in my whole crowd, the people who were standing behind me were more pretty than me. So, but Arjun fell in love with me. That is how you love, na? You can't just go with the looks and stuff. Real life, you can go with the looks, but until you need to be connected to somebody to love. And that's the best part, that we didn't make people fall in love. People organically fell in love with Preeti. And that's the best part about it. That's the beauty of the film. That Preeti was not the most good looking girl. Preeti is a normal, chubby, simple, very simple clothes, just one pony, oily hair. But still Arjun was in love because he felt connected. And that's why audience fell in love. And we didn't want to do all this blow drying, best clothes, best looking girl, tall, everything. Because I knew I'm not a conventional looking heroine. I knew that. I am somebody who needs to perform. And so we spoke about that. I knew that for the fact I'm not the most beautiful or glamorous looking girl. And I don't want to be. I want somebody who needs to, I want people to come and say, you are like one of us. We feel, we can get connected to you. And that is how I think it is working. That is how people are liking it. That is why people are liking it.
When you said connected, so I've not studied in India, so I don't know. But in other movies, college in India is shown in a very masked way. It's very clean.
True.
And I think Arjun Reddy shows it in a very raw way.
It is how it is.
So
no?
do you think this is how college life actually is?
Yes, I've done engineering, no? They do it like that. They'll look at you, the seniors will look at you, they'll call you, come, and they'll do the raggings and stuff. It happens.
Did it happen to you also?
But I'm a very rebellious person. I was like, I will not give. I'll not give any ragging. I'll not do. My friend, there's a scene where they stand and the girls are taking ragging. It happens. It happened. In the bus, it happened with me. So I was like,
in a bus?
Yeah, the moving bus. We used to go from a bus,
So there are only girls in the bus?
No, girls, boys, everybody.
Oh my
They'll not tell you to take your clothes and all, as it is told in the film. But they'll tell you to dance. They'll tell you to sing. And I was like, do whatever, I'm not going to do. Because seniors are very important to the juniors. Na? They'll help you out. Basically, in engineering, seniors are the most important than teachers, because they have a lot of influential things going on. They have good rapport with the teachers. They have every notes and all. So juniors are like, sir, please, madam, please. But I was like, I'll not do it. I'll not do. So I was like that only. I had one full, I was like heroine in my whole life. I'll not do it. I was like that only. So I don't think so I faced any problems, because I was like, I don't need your notes, because I was very ready to fail, man. I was like, if I'll fail, my father will just let me out of engineering. But I knew that if I fail, he's not going to let me do the theatres. So I have to anyway study. And I realized that one day study is enough, man. Because my friends used to study like for 2-3 months. They're preparing, and I used to study for 1 hour. Now I felt, because they were mugging all the things. I can't mug. I can just understand. If I like something, I'll understand. I'll just write it off and do it. So I thought, this is the nice way. No, you can study one night before and pass it off and getting good marks. And my father is letting me do theatre. So like, fun life. It's okay.
So how was theatre? You went to theatre for how many years?
I think 3 years, two
How
and a
was
half
the
years.
experience there?
It's very intoxicating. It's extremely intoxicating. I never planned theatres, okay? And theatre, I was one heroine in my life, so I never used to do anything in my house. I used to never pick up glass. Theatre, when you go now, you have to sweep the floors, put the mattress. So when one day I was sweeping the floor, I didn't know how to sweep the floor. I was sweeping it very weirdly. So my dada, we call dada, the main person.
Yeah.
So he was like, I will not even pay you, as a maid. He was told, and he's very blunt. They're very blunt. They'll kick you also. They'll not feel that you're a girl. They'll slap
Dadas
you.
are your helpers or no?
Dada is the main person who's the guru of you.
Okay, because I studied in Maharashtra, they call helpers Dada.
Okay,
so
okay,
I got
no.
confused. Okay.
He's the main people. So anybody who's your guru, they'll call Dada.
Okay.
So he told me all that thing, and he told me, and he asked me one question very first day. Do you want to be a heroine, right? I was like, and theatre people, no, they have a perception that you should be only theatre people. You should not work on films. They treat their art more big, because they feel that people get corrupted with the money and stuff. If you get money and fame and all, but everybody is not like that. Yeah, everybody is living their dreams and all. So he told me that I don't think so you'll be able to manage the theatre thing, because it's too much practice. And we used to practice every day from 6 to 9 p.m. And if it's play time, then we used to practice from every day 2 shiftings from morning 9 to 12. Then we have to lunch break. Then we used to be staying there. We used to practice from 9 to 10 or 11. And in the middle of all that, I was managing my studies. So that's why sometimes I used to have major breakdowns. Because you're living in theatre, no, you have to live the character in one go. Film, you can cut and all, no. There you're on the stage performing, live audience are watching you, and people will give you the reaction on your face. Matlab, whatever you're doing wrong, they're seeing you, no. So you have to be in the character. There's no glycerin and stuff. You have to cry. So that's why I'm a big nice crier. I can cry without the glycerin. I'm a big time dramatic person. I can do drama, because theatre, overacting. Because people need to view your emotions, no? They're sitting a far distance. They need to hear your voice. So you have to be loud by your face expressions and your voice.
Yeah.
Basically, I was an over dramatic kid. I was taught overacting. So I was like, oh shit, now I have to come to films. I have to settle down, because camera catches everything. But I don't think I had problems, because I was practicing since my childhood. Yeah.
So you think it helped you a lot then, theatre?
Theatre is the breaking point of my life, because theatre only I came to know that I just want to be an actor and nothing else in my life. As in, I am born for this. I am born to act, to be different people. Because you know what? I like playing different characters. I get bored this easily. I can't be a doctor. I can play a doctor. I can't be a doctor. I wanted to be a maid when I was in 4th class.
What attracted you to be a maid?
I like washing dishes, man. So I wanted to be a maid. Then I soon realized I'm very bored with this. Then I wanted to be a chef, but I didn't like cooking, okay? I like those costumes and all. And then I realized I get bored with all those things, but I like playing them for short while. So I was like, actress is the best thing, you play different stuff, and then you get over it, and then you be Shalini. Yeah.
And ever since then, you've always shifted, but acting as a passion, you didn't shift.
Never. There was never a second option. My friends' family, the first thing they used to ask me, what do you want? You're small, no? They'll ask you, what do you want to be?
Yeah.
I was like, I want to be a heroine. Directly, I used to say, I want to be a heroine. I like wearing short clothes. I used to say all these things. And I was a tomboy. That time I was a full girl when I was small. I used to do all the makeup and stuff. And when I grew up, I became a more sporty kid. I was full into sports. I was never into dramatics. So my school people don't know that I wanted to be an actress. They they thought it's a surprise to them. How she became an actress. If you've seen me long back now, you would have not recognized me. My eyebrows are not made. I have a cut here. I have scars all over my body. And I was all tanned and I was playing all the time. I was not a girl. I was a guy being in shorts all the time. I was sitting like this. So all those things just changed. So now I think, yeah, I've quite turned into one feminine character.
Did you hear about like Telugu movies before this?
Yes, yes. But see, you're not aware of it so much because you see it, whatever the films comes in Set Max, no? Only those films you know. So you don't know that there's a variety of films. When I came here, now I've started watching, oh my god, there are a variety of films. Malayalam, Tamil, Kannada, so many languages. And there's so many beautiful films. I realized, oh my god, there's so many beautiful actors here. How did I not know? And because the reach is quite low now, even especially Jabalpur, rarely you'll find a Telugu person. So you don't know. And only films you watch are the Set Max films. So you don't have an idea how it is going. So when I came here, then I started watching films. And then I started knowing who are working in this industry, who are the actors or actresses. So that is how I knew. Yeah.
But also, there's a stereotype that in South Indian movies, sumos fly. Sumos as in the cars.
I shouldn't say this because I said that in the first interview. Ki I thought North Indians, they have a concept ki South Indian movies are little dramatic. It went very wrong. People are negative, commenting like, see this South Indian girl, see this North Indian girl. If she's so overconfident, should she have gone to North only? I was like, shit man, this is turning very bad. So I was like, because I didn't mean bad.
I know, it's a normal thing people
because
feel.
That is what we have shown in the Set Max thing, no? Ki cars are flying. So I was like, how will I do that? I mean, how will I be so dramatic? And then I was like, when I came here, I was like, no, it's not like that. There's so many good films that are coming. It's just that you're not aware of that.
Yeah.
It's just that it's just shown whatever in the thing, we are aware of only that. We are aware of only a small part. We are not aware of the whole thing. So it's like that.
So you weren't scared when you had to actually come and act down here because you didn't know the language also?
I was very scared. No, language I'm not worried because language is never a barrier. I never thought, I never think also language as a barrier for emotions. I knew I just have to learn, no? So I was not worried about that. I was just worried about new people. Will they accept me? Because I talk a lot. They're very reserved. They don't talk. And Sandeep's first... he was like very shy and all. Now they talk like anything because I have made them talk, no? He was very reserved. So I thought, oh my god, I'm the only girl because there was no girl in the whole crew. And I was like, how will I feel comfortable? But then suddenly it became a family. And then I was a part of the crowd. And then I was like, no, it's like, it's not like a North India or South India. Everybody is same. It's not like, and people here are so warm. That they'll call you Amma. It sounds so good, man. They'll call you Ma. It sounds as if they've accepted you already. They'll make you sit. They'll treat women like very nicely, no? So I felt very nice. They're very warm, yeah.
You did your own dubbing also. You didn't find it hard?
I was not scared because I told him I'll do my own dubbing. Why? Because I don't want the character is owned by me. I love that character. It's too precious to me. And if I've put my soul into that character, I can't let anybody give the voice, no? The voice should be mine.
Yeah.
I thought even if I'll give the whole, I'll get my ass off, man. I'll just do everything. 1 month I'll prepare, but I'll do the dubbing myself. So Sandeep was also like, I also want you to do the dubbing. You just get the diction little correctly. I hope I managed. I don't know how it sounded.
It sounded perfect. I didn't know you did your own dubbing until very recently and I was very surprised.
I was very afraid because I was like, how will people... Because even if somebody will speak wrong Hindi, I'll also feel, no, boy, why is he speaking wrong Hindi? I thought, oh shit, if I'll speak wrong or diction will be wrong, they'll be like, she does not know how to say.
Even the last scene, it's very emotional and you've done it very well.
Thank you. I was very scared how will people react. And when you hear... Because Telugu is what? Spanish only for me, no? It's a completely new language.
Yeah.
But then I somehow learned it because it's very difficult to emote in some other language. You don't know where you have to pause. You don't know where you have to take breaks. You don't know where you have to... Because you when you know your language, you know where you have to stretch and pause and take breaks. There I didn't know. So I had to remember what each and every word meant, and learn also at the same point of time. And I can't improvise. That's the worst setback for an actor. You can't improvise. But like, you can't just say your own dialogue or in the flow. So I had to memorize like by heart and understand also. It was difficult, but then I think I enjoyed it. Because anything difficult and challenging, no, you enjoy it, and then you feel so good about the hard work when it gets the praises. You feel very good.
But when you heard about your stereotype about South Indian movies, must be we're also very orthodox, like the kind of movies we do. I think Arjun Reddy was the first time that.
Yeah, I'm not saying all these things. What you're saying?
Yeah,
They'll again put negative things on me.
No, generally, okay, I am saying this.
Yeah.
So, a lot of, like Arjun Reddy was the first movie with so much romance in it.
Yeah.
So, weren't you scared to do such a bold role?
I don't calculate it only like that. People advised me a lot. Don't do this for your first film, you can't. And you know, it's such a big task for you to do it. And I feel I'm very incapable of taking advices and giving advices. So I don't, it's not arrogant, but I can't. And I can't give also. So I was like, it's all guts. It's just a performance for me. It's just an expression for me. I was like, let it be, let them take whatever. And I feel if you do it with your heart and honesty, you know, they'll take it nicely. Even if it's see, now people are coming telling me it's not about the kisses, it's like emotion.
Yeah.
It's all about the emotion. And I am glad that 50-year-old aunties are talking like that. That it's not about how many kisses or bold scenes. It's not a bold film. First of all, it is not it's how, I don't know why they have given it a A certificate. It's not a bold film. It's a mature film. You should be mature enough to understand that it's just showing whatever happens. You don't kiss or what. You don't use cuss words or what. You use it.
Yeah.
Right? In your day-to-day life, you do that. But why are you being shy and portraying something that is not, you making the cinema more cinematic? We didn't do that. We made it more raw and more real. And I think that is what connected the people. Because they've never seen something like this, no? You see like hero figure, heroine. And I'm really, you know, 2 days before, I got a text from a girl, unknown girl. She texted very sweetly that I'm really happy that you did that film without any makeup, and we felt that it's like you're one of us, and we girls got little inspiration that, you know, you don't have to be that pretty and glamorous. And I was like, thank God people are feeling that. It's not that you have to be prettiest to be in the films and need to break that stereotypes. You need to be a good actor, that's it. If you're pretty, be a model, man. Models are supposed to be pretty. Actors are supposed to be good actors. And I feel very good when people act well. Looking is on. I can't handle how am I looking, right? That's my born thing. I'm born with this face. What can I work on is my acting skills. And I am an actor at the end of the day. I'm supposed to maintain myself. Look my best, but then I'm not supposed to be fair. I'm not supposed to be fair, tall. I'm okay with my height. I'm okay with my color. I'm okay with everything. I'm okay with my stars. I'm okay with everything. At the same time, I'm just not okay if I'm not acting good. So if I'm acting good, that's the only thing that matters to me.
So how is Vijay as an actor? At the end, every girl is mad behind him right now.
I am getting messages like, please, you know, if you reached, Vijay very well, please let us also talk to Vijay. I was like, how should I do? I can't reply to everybody, no? I can't get Vijay for everybody. But then Vijay is a very chill person. Extremely chill person, extremely chill to work with. And the best part, he does not have any inhibitions. He's not like who'll plan and stuff. I hate planning. So very organic we both are. And we both, so I think we synced very well as an actors, because I think we both are very clear on the fact that the only concern is that the person who's acting with you should act well, should react. He never acted with me, I never acted with him, we reacted. So I think that came out very well. And I think that is only the thing, because see, chemistry, how the chemistry grows, it's not that you have to be very good friends to have a good chemistry. You might be very good friends and not have a good chemistry. It's not that. We barely knew each other. But then over the period of time now we know. But then at that point of time, I think he understood the character very well. I understood the character very well. And we played the character. And also our director explained us really well. So I think he loved Preeti, as in Arjun loved Preeti.
Yeah.
I, as Preeti, loved Arjun. So that love came out. And I was, to be very frank, I was in love with Arjun. Because the face of Arjun is Vijay's. So during the whole course of time, I was in love. I used to feel, I'm not a person who feels jealous, by the way. I don't feel jealous. And in any of my relationships which I had back, I never felt jealous. So I used to feel jealous also on the sets. Then I used to feel, why am I feeling jealous? Am I in love? And then as the film stopped, no, everything went. So I was like, okay, because I was playing Preeti, no, I think that is there. And
he's done theatre too, so I think
he's done theatre too. I think that is how we connect.
Yeah.
And that is how improvisation comes out. He's ready to take, what am I doing? I'm ready to take whatever he's doing. So very organic sync we had. So it came out like that.
And doing romance on sets, is it really awkward because there's so many people around you? No? Is Vijay a good kisser?
Very sensational thing it will come.
Just clicked.
Yeah, so I should not answer that. I should skip. My parents, Vijay's parents are also will be seeing this. So, you know, when I forget, when I'm acting, no, I forget that there are cameras. If I am conscious that there are cameras, I might not act. And I feel I'm a very bad actor because because I don't know, I have a problem. I don't know what I'm doing, and even if I do it, I don't know. So after now if I see the film, I think, oh, should I have done that? I've done this moment, because at that point of time I was not acting, I was living the character. So if I know that there's a camera, I'll get conscious. I'll start looking at the camera. I'll be conscious. So romance was, when I used to romance, we used to romance, I never felt that there are people. The crew was very good. They made us very comfortable, and also I didn't feel any discomfort, nothing. It was like we are portraying emotions, we were in the scene. It was like that only.
I just realized my parents are also going to
watch
it. What kind of
questions you shoot, and you'll get a good when you go back.
I know now. I'm scared.
And then they'll ask me, Acha, why did you ask that girl?
Yeah, we have to get ready for this. Yeah, tell us about Sandeep also.
Sandeep is an extremely talented person. We all know that now.
Know. First movie and such a big hit.
And basically, I think he's a very liberated person in mind, because to write these kind of stuff, you need to be very fearless and very liberated. And I think there only we three matched, because Vijay is also like that, I'm also like that, he's also like that. We understood each other very well. There was nothing we had conflicts about how this scene is going to go. Nothing. We trusted Sandeep like anything, because Sandeep, I think, has a very clear mind what he's doing, and he'll give you details. I like details. I'm a detail free because I've done theatres. Theatres, they spoil you by giving details. So he was giving a lot of details, and he has a lot of passion for his work. The best part is you need not to be good at your work, but you need to be passionate, so that you'll work more towards your work, and that's how you make it good. So I think he has that biggest quality of having a passion, and that's why I really liked him. So working with him was the most comfortable feeling, because I was the only girl, but I didn't feel in all those scenes also, I didn't feel that it's a little weird, or if he'll show me in a sleazy way the kiss and all, it might turn out to be the sleazy way. But it didn't turn out. And I trusted him, and I'm really happy that I trusted him, and the result is everybody's seeing it.
And I have one doubt, like a lot of people did, when Vijay just goes and says, "Ee tella battal dharinchina ammayi," it's like he owns you, and he says, it's like he's calling dibs on you.
Yeah.
So what exactly does Shalini feel? Because it's like she didn't have a say in it, no?
Shalini feel as in if something happens to me?
No, Preeti feels, sorry.
Preeti.
Yeah, because he goes to the class and he calls dibs on her.
And before that, they have not confessed to each other, and Preeti knows that this guy loves, and he also knows, but they have not confronted, and this guy has not confronted. And that was that's actually a proposal scene where Arjun proposes Preeti. We call it the proposal scene. Okay. He tells everybody in front of everybody that this is my girl, and I love this girl. And then Preeti suddenly realized, okay, my God, this is the guy, this is the most important guy in his life, and this guy in her life, and this guy is going to love her no matter what. That's why she starts crying. She has that all the emotion that, my God, no matter what, this guy is going to be there. So she knows that, and I think that made her cry and go into that emotion. And then I think they hug, and they confess their love for each other, that okay, then it's, they don't even say that I love you and all, but they know that.
No, not this scene. You know the one where he goes to the class and he says,
He calls her.
he doesn't call her. He goes and tells everybody that a new girl got into
Okay,
college.
what would I feel if I would have heard that?
Because it's
Oh dude, it's
like,
such an amazing scene, man. I love if a guy does that to me, because I love if somebody's so fearless and showing that that's my girl.
yeah.
You know, when somebody, not in a sense of possession or something, but he says it in a very nice way. That's my girl. It's not that you're treating the girl as a property. That's my property. But that's my girl. That's my emotion. You don't have to touch her. You don't have to see her. That is very good. I love that. So yeah, I love that scene.
Okay, on that note, let's end this interview with a dialogue.
Oh wait. But I'm very shy to say the dialogue, man.
It's okay. Forget that there's a camera like you always do.
There's one dialogue when she says, Ma tambudu mudu patkanava. She says that, and I really love that dialogue.
Yeah,
she
it's
says
very
it,
cute.
And then he says, yeah, I'll kiss your nana, I'll kiss your amma, I'll kiss your sister. And that's a very nice scene.
Thank you so much, Shalini,
much
for being with us.
Thank you.
Neeku oka tullu abbai ravalani, I'll pray.
Tullu Abba. I want a South Indian guy, man. Pray.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you
so much. Hi, this is Shalini, and for more videos, subscribe to iDream. Thank you.